Now, here's the reality. I've got 2 minutes. There's AM, there's afternoon, and there's PM. One of those three time periods, you're better than the others. How many of you are more AM people? That's when you're most creative, most energetic, okay? How many of you in the afternoon, you're most energetic, most creative? Raise your hand. All right. How many of you PM, you just get the second breath of life about dark time? Okay, you need to take whatever those 20% of activities are, and you need to turn your organization upside down, and you need to spend your time during that most creative time. For me, it's AM. It's from 8 to about 1 o'clock, and then I get a new set of energy about 7 o'clock. And so as a result, all of my time, all of my schedule in the morning is strategic meetings that I have called. Nobody else calls a meeting but me for my morning time, and it's spending time in the Word of God preparing a message that I've got to prepare for the weekend. That's it. My assistant can schedule all those other appointments of people who have a bone to pick with me, or another staff needs me to be in a meeting in the afternoon, coaching Hal or whatever it might be. Those are those things that, they fit up here.
That was not a laugh point. But
and it's not that they're not important. It just doesn't produce the bread on the thing. And then you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to be home with my family, because my second most energetic time is in the evening. I get this new set of life in the evening, and they deserve some of my most creative and best energetic time.
That's great.
And that's why I'm only gone on an average 1 night a week.
That's cool.
In a church that I've been pastoring for 32 years. And it can be done if you're creative and you're strategic. You have fewer meetings because you prepare for the meetings. You stack meetings on top of each other, and you hand things away. All right? Questions that you have.
Gene out here's got the microphone. You got a question, just slip your hand up. He'll come to you and put it there, and we'll go with it. There you go, right over here. You want to move toward him? That'll cut our time in half there. Well, give me the number on the mic. 13?
Just shout out the question, I'll repeat it. The book that you get these principles out of is a book comes out in January called Tribal Church by Steve Stroop.
There it is, baby. I like it.
Tribal Church by Steve Stroop.
That's him.
Put out by B&H.
Very cool.
All right.
So it comes out when? Seriously?
January.
Good stuff. Unless I see it first, then I'm going to publish it on Kindle and upline it and put my name on it.
Other questions?
Other questions?
Stroop, S-T-R-O-O-P-E. It's like troop, but with a straw. All right? Other questions about finance or self-leadership? Okay, that's a great question. What if you're in the doldrums and your church organization needs for you to be at a 2, that needs to be in a do stage? Tough. We live in a fallen world, and your tendency is to say, I've got to suck it up. And what will happen, friend, is you will finally end up in the doldrums, except it will be a deeper doldrum. Now, see, here's the great thing about it, is God gave us this thing called the Sabbath. If you did the renewal circle, draw a circle around your renewal circle. Everybody just do it right now. Draw a circle around your renewal circle and write Sabbath out on the outside of it. Because you know what a Sabbath is? A Sabbath is an ongoing cocooning.
That's good. 1 day a week you need to stop doing, and you need to say, search me, O God, and know my heart. Try me and know my thoughts, and see if there's any evil way in me, and lead me in the way everlasting. And if you'll renew yourself and recalibrate yourself, and if you will rest and you will say, where did I get offline this week? What will happen is you will still go to the doldrums. But it won't be as deep, because you've been doing cocooning all along. That's good.
And you'll still go to cocooning, but you don't have to stay there as long, because you've been doing it all along. And this is not a trick question. If doldrums gets to be a smaller piece of the pie and cocooning gets to be a smaller piece of the pie, what expands? You're dreaming and you're doing. And your church is not going to miss you doing the necessary ongoing cocooning that you need to do to be back more productive. And so you're going to give them less of yourself now so you can give more of them yourself later on. And if you're in the doldrums right now, you do your hard work of cocooning. The church will wait. And you will more than make up the time that you wasted while you were in the cocoon. Does that answer your question? Okay.
Very good. Somebody else. Right here. Go ahead. What do you find is the most productive activity for you while you're in the doldrums?
I think even a more important question than that is how do you spend Sabbath? And everybody in this room needs to figure out what your unique Sabbath looks like, and it will be different for every person in here. For me, my Sabbath begins Sunday at 12:30 when I get home from church. And on Sunday afternoon, both of my daughters and their husbands and all my grandkids come to our house, and we have lunch together and hang out all afternoon, and it replenishes my emotional tank that has been spent, okay? My other Sabbath, I can't take a full day. Just mine looks different than anybody else's. I take a half day on Friday, and during that half day on Friday, I spend it reading stuff that I don't have to produce with. And I spend it kayaking because it gives me some physical release and it gives me time to think. And so that's going to look different for everybody. Now, in terms of my huge, large still cocooning, the best thing for me to do is get away with my wife for an extended period of time. And when I have those about that 5-year cycle, I have to get away for about 3 weeks in order to really unplug, unwind, get far enough away from the thing that I can look back. And I don't even try to come to any conclusion the first half of that of 21 days. Does that answer your question?
Guys, that's all the questions we're going to take for right now. Steve will be available. So what time do you leave tonight?
In about 30 minutes.
Oh, okay. Well, listen, he'd love to ride with you to the airport. Or,
yeah. I'll be over here for about 30 minutes.
Let me give you a cell number, 81. I want to hear a story.
That's actually Sandra's cell number.
I got yours from Carter.
I know, I changed it.
Give Steve a hand. He's going to be heading back. Come on out, Randy. Thank you, bro. I want to introduce you guys to Randy Smith. Come on out, Randy.